Forget pyramids, forget empires. Close your eyes and imagine. 5,000 years in the past. A hidden civilization thrived in the Indus Valley, a land of sprawling cities, with streets laid out like a grid and bustling with trade. Meet the Harappans, a people who mastered agriculture, crafts, and even had their own mysterious writing system. From towering cities to enigmatic seals, their story is filled with secrets waiting to be unraveled. But their journey takes a dramatic turn. What caused this mighty civilization to vanish? Join us on a thrilling quest as we delve into the rise, reign, and mysterious decline of the Harappan civilization.
The Harappan Civilization, also known as the Indus Valley Civilization, flourished for a roughly 3,000-year period in the Indus Valley region of present-day Pakistan, India, and Afghanistan. Here's a breakdown of its timeline. Estimated timeline. Pre-Harappan period, 7000 BCE to 3300 BCE, early settlements, agriculture, pottery. Early Harappan phase, 3300 BCE to 2600 BCE, development of distinctive pottery, standardized weights, larger settlements. Mature Harappan phase, 2600 BCE to 1900 BCE, golden age with major cities, sophisticated urban planning, advanced crafts, trade networks. Late Harappan phase, 1900 BCE to 1300 BCE, gradual decline, smaller settlements, continued trade. Therefore, the Harappan civilization itself existed from 3300 BCE to 1300 BCE, although the broader cultural and technological influences may have extended beyond this period. The Harappan civilization, also known as the Indus Valley Civilization, had a vast geographical extent, spanning across diverse landscapes in present-day Pakistan, India, and Afghanistan. Here's a summary of its reach. Estimated area: approximately 1.25 million square kilometers, making it one of the largest Bronze Age civilizations. Key regions: Indus Valley. This fertile region, encompassing parts of Punjab, Sindh, and Balochistan in present-day Pakistan, formed the core of the civilization. Major cities like Mohenjo-Daro and Harappa were located here. Gujarat. The Harappans extended their reach southward into the Gujarat region of India, establishing settlements like Lothal, known for its maritime trade. Haryana and Rajasthan. These states in northern India also housed Harappan settlements, indicating their presence beyond the Indus Valley. Western Uttar Pradesh. Recent discoveries in Alamgirpur suggest the civilization's potential influence further east. Afghanistan and Turkmenistan. Archaeological evidence points to Harappan settlements in Shortugai and other sites in these regions, highlighting their extensive trade network. Here are some of the main Harappan cities with their key features. Mohenjo-Daro. Location: Sindh, Pakistan. Features: one of the largest and most well-preserved Harappan cities. Sophisticated urban planning with grid-like layout and central citadel. Public granaries for food storage. Great Bath, a large public bathing pool. Houses with private wells and drainage systems. Diverse population with evidence of social stratification and craft specialization. Harappa. Location: Punjab, Pakistan. Features: major urban center with impressive defensive walls. Large granaries for food storage. Diverse housing structures reflecting social hierarchy. Workshops for various crafts like pottery and metalworking. Public wells and drainage systems. Dholavira. Location: Gujarat, India. Features: unique city built on an island in the Indus River. Concentric fortifications with gateways and bastions. Central citadel with public buildings and granaries. Astronomical alignments in the city plan. Water reservoirs and irrigation systems. Rahigari. Location: Haryana, India. Features: believed to be even larger than Mohenjo-Daro. Impressive infrastructure with grid-like layout and wide streets. Evidence of craft specialization and diverse industries. Fire altars and other structures suggesting religious practices. Lothal. Location: Gujarat, India. Features: significant port city with a well-developed dockyard. Maritime trade connections with Mesopotamia and other regions. Distinctive Harappan seals with animal and geometric motifs. Houses with courtyards and drainage systems. Granaries for food storage. Kalibangan. Location: Rajasthan, India. Features: elaborate fire altars suggesting religious significance. Evidence of bronze smelting and metalworking. Houses with courtyards and drainage systems. Granaries for food storage. Defensive walls and gateways. These are just a few of the many important Harappan cities. Each offers valuable insights into the social, economic, and cultural aspects of this remarkable civilization. Harappan Civilization, also known as the Indus Valley Civilization, is renowned for its impressive and sophisticated urban planning, far ahead of its time. Here are some of the distinctive features that set it apart. 1. Grid-like layouts. The most striking feature was the widespread use of grid-like layouts in their cities. Streets intersected at right angles, dividing the city into square or rectangular blocks. This efficient design facilitated organized movement, drainage, and communication within the city. 2. Fortified citadels. Most Harappan cities had a fortified citadel, usually located on a raised platform. This central area housed administrative buildings, religious structures, and elite residences, offering protection and serving as a symbol of power. 3. Public granaries. Large granaries were built within the cities for storing food grains. These structures, often constructed with mud brick and raised platforms, ensured food security and facilitated trade and distribution. 4. Advanced drainage systems. The Harappans boasted remarkably advanced drainage systems. Underground channels and brick-lined wells effectively channeled wastewater away from houses and streets, promoting hygiene and sanitation. 5. Standardized brick sizes. Buildings and structures were constructed using standardized bricks, ensuring uniformity and efficiency in construction. This practice suggests a centralized plan and coordinated effort in urban development. 6. Public spaces and amenities. Evidence suggests the presence of public spaces like courtyards and plazas, indicating areas for social interaction and community activities. Additionally, some sites reveal public baths and wells, further highlighting their concern for public health and well-being. 7. Adaptation to diverse environments. While the grid-like layout was a common feature, Harappan cities also exhibited adaptations to their specific environments. For example, Dholavira, located on an island, had concentric fortifications, while Mohenjo-Daro featured a larger Great Bath due to its hotter climate. 8. Evidence of planning and foresight. The overall layout of Harappan cities, from the grid pattern to the positioning of public spaces, suggests a well-thought-out plan and foresight in urban development. This demonstrates their advanced understanding of organization, resource management, and community needs. These distinctive features of town planning in the Harappan civilization not only showcase their engineering ingenuity but also offer valuable insights into their social structure, economic activity, and cultural values. Their legacy of urban planning continues to inspire and influence the development of cities even today. The primary construction material used by the Harappans was mud brick. These bricks were made of sun-dried clay mixed with organic materials like straw or dung for strength. They were standardized in size, which facilitated efficient construction and contributed to the impressive uniformity seen in their urban planning. Here's a deeper look at the use of mud brick in Harappan construction. Advantages: readily available and abundant material in the Indus Valley region. Easy to work with and mold into various shapes. Relatively strong and durable when properly dried and maintained. Offers good insulation properties, keeping buildings cool in hot climates. Types of bricks. The Harappans used various sizes and types of mud bricks depending on the specific needs of the structure. Larger bricks were used for foundations and walls, while smaller ones were employed for flooring and partitions. They also experimented with fired bricks in certain contexts, particularly for water-exposed areas like drains and bathing pools. Construction techniques. Bricks were laid in courses with mud mortar, sometimes reinforced with wooden beams. Buildings often had multiple stories and employed techniques like corbelling and arches to create covered spaces. Skilled artisans used various decorative elements like terracotta figurines and glazed beads to embellish their structures. Unfortunately, the Harappan civilization, also known as the Indus Valley Civilization, hasn't left behind written records, making it difficult to definitively pinpoint their main social activities. However, By piecing together clues from archaeological evidence, we can get a glimpse into their potential social life. Daily life and work. Craft production. The Harappans were skilled artisans, specializing in pottery, metalworking, bead making, and weaving. These activities likely involved workshops, trade, and apprenticeship systems, leading to social interaction and collaboration. Agriculture and trade. Farming was central to their society, evident from irrigation systems and granaries. Trade networks extended to Mesopotamia and Central Asia, suggesting involvement in exchange of goods and ideas, potentially fostering connections with other cultures. Domestic activities. Houses with courtyards and hearths suggest cooking, food preparation, and family life. Grinding stones and other tools point to daily tasks like grinding grains and weaving, showcasing their daily routines and possible family structures. Social interaction and entertainment. Public spaces. Courtyards, plazas, and possibly baths might have served as gathering places for social interaction, community activities, celebrations, or even religious ceremonies. Games and leisure. Board games like Hounds and Jackals and terracotta figurines depicting recreational activities hint at entertainment and leisure pursuits, providing glimpses into the potential social gatherings. Music and dance. Terracotta figurines suggest the presence of musicians and dancers, indicating music and performances played a role in their social life, potentially during celebrations or rituals. Religious practices. Seals and figurines. Depictions of animals, deities, and mythical figures on seals and figurines suggest a rich religious belief system, potentially involving communal practices or rituals. Fire altars and structures. Elaborate fire altars at sites like Kalibangan point towards ritual practices and their religious significance, suggesting potential gatherings for religious purposes. Public baths. While serving hygiene purposes, public baths might have also played a role in ritual purification, potentially incorporating social aspects into their religious practices. Other activities. Education. While direct evidence is scarce, the existence of standardized weights and seals suggests a system of measurement and literacy, implying some form of education, potentially influencing social structures and knowledge transmission. Administration and governance. The presence of a central citadel and organized urban planning suggests a system of governance and social hierarchy, hinting at potential social structures and interactions within the civilization. It's important to remember that these are interpretations based on archaeological evidence, and definitive conclusions about specific social activities remain challenging. Additionally, social activities likely varied across regions and social classes within the Harappan civilization. Further research and discoveries may shed more light on their social and cultural life. Overall, the Harappans appear to have had a diverse range of social activities, intertwined with their economic and cultural aspects. Their social life, encompassing daily work, leisure, religious practices, and community gatherings, contributed to the vibrancy and complexity of this ancient civilization. The Harappan Civilization, also known as the Indus Valley Civilization, enjoyed a vibrant and extensive trade network, as evidenced by several archaeological discoveries. Physical evidence. Harappan seals. These intricately carved stamp seals, found across various sites and even in Mesopotamia, depict animals, geometric patterns, and possibly writing. They served as identification marks for merchants, verifying ownership and facilitating trade. Weight systems. The Harappans used a standardized system of weights, indicating precision in measuring goods for trade. This suggests organized trade practices and a shared understanding of measurement across their civilization. Granaries. Large granaries found in major cities like Mohenjo-Daro and Harappa suggest storage of surplus agricultural produce, potentially for internal consumption and trade. Harappan ports. Sites like Lothal and Dholavira showcase well-developed port facilities with docks, suggesting maritime trade with other regions. Foreign goods. Excavations have unearthed materials like lapis lazuli from Afghanistan, turquoise from Iran, and seashells from distant coasts, indicating trade connections with diverse regions. The Harappan Civilization, also known as the Indus Valley Civilization, flourished thanks to their diverse and innovative agricultural practices. Here's a glimpse into their farming techniques and achievements. Crops and cultivation. Main crops: wheat, barley, cotton, dates, sesame, peas, and lentils were their staple crops. They also cultivated fruits like melons and jujubes. Seasonal cultivation. Evidence suggests they practiced rabi cultivation, sowing seeds in the floodplains during November and harvesting before the spring floods in April, taking advantage of the fertile soil and seasonal water availability. Irrigation techniques. The Harappans were pioneers in irrigation, using a network of canals and wells to ensure water supply throughout the year. This enabled them to cultivate crops even in arid regions and improve their agricultural yields. Plows and implements. They used plows drawn by oxen for tilling the land, indicating advanced agricultural technology for the time. Stone tools like sickles were employed for harvesting. Land management practices. Crop rotation. Evidence suggests they practiced crop rotation to maintain soil fertility and prevent depletion of nutrients. Manure and fertilizers. They might have used manure and organic matter to enrich the soil, although direct evidence is limited. Storage and preservation. Granaries found in major cities suggest they had efficient storage systems for surplus crops, ensuring food security and facilitating trade. Livestock and animal husbandry. Domesticated animals. Cattle, sheep, goats, and buffalo were their main domesticated animals, providing meat, dairy products, and hides for various uses. Animal power. Oxen were used for pulling plows and carts, contributing to their agricultural efficiency. The Harappan Civilization, also known as the Indus Valley Civilization, boasted a diverse and thriving range of industries beyond just agriculture. While the exact extent and details remain under investigation, archaeological evidence points to several key industries that powered their economy and influenced their society. Here are some of the prominent industries identified in the Harappan Civilization. 1. Craft production. Pottery. The Harappans were renowned for their high-quality, standardized pottery, produced in various shapes and sizes. Evidence suggests specialized potters using kilns and intricate techniques. Metalworking. They were skilled metalworkers, crafting tools, weapons, ornaments, and even vessels from copper, bronze, and other metals. Bead making. They made intricate and beautiful beads from various materials like semi-precious stones, faience, and terracotta, highlighting their artistry and trade networks. Textile production. Evidence suggests they were skilled weavers, using cotton and wool to create clothing and other textiles. Spindles and loom weights found at various sites support this industry. Shell working. They used marine shells for various purposes, including ornaments, tools, and inlay work, suggesting connections to coastal regions and trade networks. 2. Construction. Brick making. The Harappans were masters of mud brick construction, utilizing standardized bricks for building houses, public structures, and even entire cities. This skill enabled their impressive urban planning and infrastructure. Stonework. While primarily using mud brick, they also employed stone for foundations, wells, and decorative elements, showcasing their knowledge of different materials and construction techniques. 3. Other industries. Food processing. Evidence suggests processing of grains, fruits, and dairy products, likely for storage, consumption, and potential trade. Sealing and writing. The intricate Harappan seals, used for identification and documentation, suggest the presence of a writing system and administrative structures. Boat building. The presence of ports and maritime trade implies boat building and seafaring skills, connecting them to other regions. Due to the lack of written records left behind by the Harappan civilization, understanding their religious beliefs remains a complex and fascinating puzzle for archaeologists and historians. However, by piecing together evidence from various sources, we can get a glimpse into their potential belief systems. Here's what we know. Evidence from artifacts and sites. Seals and figurines. Depictions of animals, bulls, elephants, tigers, deities, mother goddess, horned god, and mythical creatures, unicorn, on seals and figurines suggest a complex pantheon and belief in supernatural beings. Fire altars. Elaborate fire altars found at sites like Kalibangan point towards ritual practices and their religious significance. Public baths. While serving hygiene purposes, public baths might have also played a role in ritual purification, potentially having religious connotations. Trees and plants. Some Harappan seals depict symbols associated with specific trees, suggesting a reverence for nature and possibly tree worship. Possible interpretations. Mother Goddess. One of the most prominent figures is the Mother Goddess, found in figurines and possibly seals. She may have represented fertility, childbirth, and creation. Animal worship. The frequent depiction of animals suggests they held religious significance, possibly as symbols of deities, protectors, or totemic figures. Nature worship. The reverence for trees and potentially other natural elements points towards a connection with the natural world and its importance in their belief system. Ritual practices. Fire altars and potential ritual baths suggest the presence of ritual practices and ceremonies connected to their religious beliefs. Harappan seals. Intricate stamps with enduring mystery. Harappan seals, small squares of steatite or other materials bearing intricate carvings, are some of the most fascinating artifacts from this ancient civilization. Their enigmatic designs and lack of clear purpose continue to spark curiosity and debate among archaeologists. Here's what we know about their features and possible functions. Features. Material. Primarily made of steatite, a soft stone, but also found in copper, terracotta, chert, faience, agate, gold, and ivory. Shape. Mostly square, ranging in size from 1 to 3 inches per side. Carvings. Depictions of animals, bulls, tigers, elephants, rhinos, geometric patterns, human figures, plants, and even mythical creatures. Some seals have inscriptions in the undeciphered Indus script. Techniques. Carved with intricate details using tools like chisels and drills. Possible functions. Identification and ownership. Seals might have served as personal or institutional identifiers, possibly marking ownership of goods or signifying authority. Trade and administration. They could have been used for sealing containers, documents, or bags, ensuring their security and authenticity during trade or official transactions. Religious significance. Animals and symbols might have had religious meanings, and seals could have been used in rituals or ceremonies. Artistic expressions. The intricate carvings could have held artistic or symbolic value, reflecting the worldview and aesthetic sensibilities of the Harappan people. Unfortunately, the writing system and language of the Harappan civilization remain one of the greatest unsolved mysteries of archaeology. Despite years of research and analysis, the script known as Indus script hasn't been successfully deciphered, leaving their language shrouded in ambiguity. Here's what we know and the challenges we face. What we know: over 400 symbols. The Indus script consists of over 400 distinct symbols, found on seals, pottery, and other artifacts. Right-to-left writing. The writing direction is generally right to left, with occasional variations. Presence in diverse contexts. Seals, pottery, and even copper tablets bear these symbols, suggesting their use for various purposes. Limited text length. Most inscriptions are very short, ranging from 4 to 5 symbols to a maximum of 26 symbols on a single object. Undeciphered script. Despite attempts using various methods and comparisons with other languages, the Indus script remains undeciphered. Unfortunately, pinpointing the exact reasons for the decline of the Harappan civilization remains a complex and debated topic among archaeologists. Several factors could have contributed, and the decline likely wasn't due to a single cause. Here are some of the leading theories. Environmental factors. Climate change. Changes in rainfall patterns, droughts, and floods could have disrupted agriculture, a vital aspect of their economy. Environmental degradation. Overexploitation of resources like wood for fuel and deforestation could have led to soil erosion and decreased agricultural productivity. Flooding. The Indus River and its tributaries were prone to flooding, and severe floods could have damaged settlements and agricultural land. Seismic activity. The region is prone to earthquakes, and major tremors could have caused widespread destruction and disruption. Socioeconomic factors. Trade disruption. Changes in trade routes or decline in demand for Harappan goods could have weakened their economy. Internal conflicts. Social unrest, political instability, or warfare within the civilization could have contributed to its decline. Social inequality. Widening social disparities and economic hardships might have led to social unrest and contributed to the civilization's weakening.